A smarter smart home? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from a company called Orro, O-R-R-O, is CEO Colin Billings. Hi, Colin.
Hi, Fred. Thanks for having us on.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Tell us what Orro is all about. Give us some background here.
Yeah, Orro has spent the last couple of years really thinking about how our homes can be more adaptive and supportive to us while we live there. Been especially something we've all been thinking about, particularly in the last 2 years during COVID. But in terms of a product, Orro creates the smart living system, which is the most flexible and intelligent home lighting and control system available really for any project on any budget.
Well, there's so much smart home gear out there. Some companies that have been in it a long time, and obviously big names out there involved too, from Amazon and Google and Apple, et cetera, et cetera. So what are you doing that's different?
Yeah, to exactly your point, the smart home has been around in different forms for probably 3 decades. But really sort of 2 things have changed. And that's really what Orro has focused on sort of accelerating. The first is really how many people are interested and able to kind of get into smart home experiences with the places that they live. Historically, these systems have been super complicated, costing tens of thousands, if not $50,000, $60,000 for your home, which has historically just not been for everyone. And then the other is that we've all had some level of experiences around how technology in our homes can make our lives better. And that's come together to really make smart home something that we all want. And so Orro's sort of mission has always been about sort of bringing that experience to everybody. And so we have a product that's built around light switches that has an intelligent human-centric lighting experience, but is also a home control system. And we do that at a price point that's on the order of a couple $1,000s for your home rather than tens of thousands of dollars.
Let's take a look at a quick video that your company produced.
Every day, we constantly adjust our lights to keep them in sync with us.
Hey, hon, you left the lights on.
Hey, can you turn off the lights?
But I just got in bed.
But it's on your side.
Introducing Orro, the first light switch that makes it so you never have to think about your lights again. Orro responds to your presence with the light you need. It adapts to you by learning which lighting you like in different moments. With Orro, your lights are in tune with your life. Whatever the time of day or night, for every moment of your life, let Orro get the lights.
Alexa, turn off the lights.
So describe for us, you've got not just a switch here and a smart switch, but you've got some sensors built in. Tell me what you've done.
Yeah, so the Orro hardware is a light switch. It's seamlessly replaces any light switch in your home, and part of every product is really a focus on sensing the environment. So today that's detecting motion, sound, and light, and we really think that that's incredibly important because in order for the home to really react and respond to how you're using it, you need to have some picture of what's actually going on in the space. And so, imagine just walking around your home and having your lights be at the right levels perfectly without you ever having to think about it again. That's what our sensors allow. And as we're sort of continuing to move forward into the sort of outside of lighting use cases, that activity and understanding allows us to do things like adjust your temperature when you're not home, make sure your door's locked after you come in. Like this really focus on sensors and how you're using a home is kind of the source information for how your home might respond to your use.
So you've designed this to work with some other smart home gear. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we work with everything that matters. So, you will see over 75 different brands, thousands of devices that you can, integrate and works with Orro. We've really focused on the most important brands for people, everywhere from people that are entry level, sort of getting into smart home, up to some of the people who are a little bit deeper and have specific use cases. So doorbells, thermostats, media systems like Sonos, really everything that's a core system in your smart home, you can integrate into Orro. And that's sort of the second thing that's really distinguished Orro, is that ability to really create a very simple and intuitive experience that at the same time allows you to unify what previously was a very fragmented, 9 apps on my phone experience with a smart home.
Well, some in the industry have been working on a standard of sorts that they call Matter. Tell us what your thoughts are about that.
We're extremely excited about Matter. It's taken a little bit of time to get everybody to agree on what these standards will be, and historically, standards have been slow to get adopted. But I'm pretty optimistic and bullish on Matter. So Matter has really two things that are really closely aligned to our values at Orro. One is that the home should be open. The home is your home. It should work with the products that you want to have working in your home, and you should be able to sort of control that how you want. And so Matter will, hopefully sort of lower the barriers to interoperability, which means that more of the things that are part of your home can work together to create better experiences for you at home, whether it's comfort and convenience or peace of mind. The second part is that it's really focused on local. And so if you sort of want to call the era in right now Smart Home 2 or Smart Home 3, the previous generations are really leveraging or reliant on the cloud, right? So in order for an Orro product to talk to your thermostat, we have to talk to somebody else's servers in the cloud, and then that server talks to the device, which from an engineering and product perspective is pretty annoying when the device is really 6 feet away in the same home. And so Matter really is also focusing on how we securely talk directly device to device. And what that means for all of us as people that live at home with smart home devices is that things are going to get a lot faster and much more reliable.
Well, that's a key thing here. And I take it from what you said that you're going to be part of this Matter system, the ecosystem.
That's correct. Yeah, we're planning to become a Matter controller, which means that you can use Orro as a control system for all your Matter devices. And so that's kind of different than, say a Matter, electrical outlet or a Matter doorbell, which is really sort of the end point of a system. Orro could be a system where you can pull it all together and control it in one location.
Reliability is a word that you mentioned, and that is, from my perspective, in being sort of the middleman here between companies like yours and the consumer, that's a key. Because if I put this in my home and I'm showing it off, it works really well most of the time, that's not good enough. Because if it doesn't work one time, my wife is going to say to me, "What did you do? I can't turn the lights on."
Absolutely, right? I mean, not every system in your home is created equal, right? If you have a light bulb and a lamp that doesn't work, all the time, that's a lot different than your door lock or your lighting system. And so certain aspects of the home that are digitizing and becoming smart really deserve to be treated as these sort of building pieces of infrastructure. And that's how we've approached lighting at Orro. And we, for example, all of our devices are really smart or intelligent at the edge of the device itself, which means it doesn't rely on the cloud for its rules or for its control. I mean, some features like remote control do, but opening your door, you should never have to ask the question: are my lights going to work? Depending on whether my router is connected or if I have internet today. And so, I think we've really seen that quality and reliability improve over the last, half a decade, as people sort of realize that in order for us all to adopt these things, it needs to just be, as reliable as the analog version.
The other big question that people might have has to do with security. How secure is this? Am I going to be hacked and somebody's going to have access to everything in my home, from my locks to my lights, et cetera?
Yeah, well, trust is probably the most important thing about homes, right? Reliability is a portion of that. Privacy and security are also a portion of that. So we've designed that from the beginning, and to just highlight the fact that we're really doing most of our processing and work inside the home on our devices. That is intentional to allow for a more secure and private experience. And so we could go into all the details. That might be for an entire other show, but for example, compromise a single switch for some reason, you're not able to get to all your switches. So we make it pretty difficult. And everybody in this world probably knows it's impossible to say something's not vulnerable at all. You just really work to make it very difficult to do.
Step us through the user experience here. Is this a professionally installed system, or is it something that the average consumer might be able to do?
The average consumer can probably do it, but we're focused on the pro channel, and we really enable smart home professionals, electricians, home energy installers to bring smart home value propositions to their customers. And then obviously they help with installation. It is a light switch, so it's really not a complicated install. Turn off your breaker, pull out your old switch, use the exact same wires that was previously there. You put it back in, you turn it on, you're ready to go. You set it up, you connect it to your account, those types of things that everybody else does. But really where we start to excel is in sort of this learning experience, particularly around lighting, that happens right away. And so you basically install the Orro light switch, you start walking around your house, we turn the lights on automatically when you enter the room, and there's not a lot of extra light there. We'll turn the lights off when the sun comes out, automatically dimming up and down throughout the day. I mean, kind of imagine having a lighting engineer following you around in your life, the movie that's your life, and having the light set perfectly for you. Now, Orro then adapts. And so as you change the lights, which you can do from the light switch itself, you can do it from our mobile apps, your favorite voice assistant. We're basically making memories about all those different patterns and the lighting environment that you wanted and adapting to that. Today, we see about 90% of all lighting decisions in Orro be made by the computer itself, right? So that means you're really sort of having I'm not thinking about my lighting experience at home. The other benefit of that, besides comfort, is energy savings. We're seeing generally on average between 75 and 80% reduction in lamp hours against the national average by allowing a computer that can run 24/7, make really intelligent decisions to control our lights, rather than us who forget and use too much light and leave lights on. So it's really basically plug and play from a lighting perspective. And then as people want, they can connect the other systems of your home, and Orro, particularly the Orro One, which is our touchscreen based device, sort of comes alive with controls for all your devices. I can adjust the thermostat, I can change what's playing on Sonos, unlock my doors. Many of the things that you would go to separate apps on your phone for now can be done just through Orro at the wall, or of course in our Orro apps.
Is there a base unit involved, or is it just the individual module?
It's a hubless system. So every device in a network at a home, every Orro device is essentially, a hub in a mesh network. And so there's sort of no separate piece of hardware that you have to install and connect to. But as you add more Orro devices to your home, the whole system gets more robust and performs, faster on some of the things that might take longer for a single switch to do.
Are you working with any kind of router, or what should people know?
Yeah, we're a Wi-Fi based system. So we work with most of your popular sort of end, customer retail, as well as, of course, sort of enterprise or prosumer devices. We love what Orro is doing. Also, Google Wi-Fi is doing pretty well as the, the Orbi systems for mesh, right? I think one of the things we've really seen change in the connectivity landscape is the onset of these mesh systems. And those provide, obviously great experiences for streaming video, but they also help connect all your smart devices.
Very interesting. So tell us about pricing and availability.
Yeah, so you can check us out at getorro.com. You'll see the Orro One available today. We're also recently announced and will be launching the Orro S, which is our lighting focused product. And so both of those are very well detailed on the website. It's $299 for the Orro One, which includes smart feature, intercom, built-in voice assistant, and all of the lighting features, and then $149 for the Orro S, which again is really focused on bringing that Orro lighting experience to really any room, even those where the smart home use cases may not be relevant for a particular customer.
And
You
for,
could also
for the intercom, I assume you would need 2 or more.
today, yes, 2 or more. We also have some experiences around the phone that work as well, but for room-to-room intercom or broadcast, you're going to need 2 Orro ones at least.
Very cool stuff. And once again, it's getorro, ORRO.com for the website. Colin Billings, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred. It was a pleasure.